Welcome to this video where I'm going to solve paper 2 of May-June 2015, which is the third variant of paper 2. Okay, and if you have any other questions for me to answer, or if you do not understand anything during the video, or if you want me to solve more paper 4, do let me know in the comments. Okay, so let's start with question 1 then. Ahmed and Babar share 240 grams of sweet in the ratio 7:3. Calculate the amount Ahmed receives. Now, obviously, Ahmed has been written first, so this has been given respectively as it is written. This is for Ahmed, that's for Babar. Okay, and out of 240 grams, Ahmed will receive 7 out of the whole 10. How I got 10, which is 7 plus 3. Okay, and it is very simple. Paper 2 is always very simple to start with, but there are few tricks which examiners always comes up with. So it will be 168. So question number 2, factorize completely. Now, whenever we have to factorize, we have to see what is common. It could be a number, and plus it could be the variable. Okay, in this we have, for example, we can see x is common. Here we have 2x, x squared, and here we have at least 1x. So at least 1x is common. Okay, and if you see the number, both the numbers can be divided by 3. So again 3 is common, so we will write 3x outside, and then we will make a bracket, and then we can, for the number it is easier to go back. Okay, so 3 times what will give me 9? 3 times 3 will give me 9. Okay, and out of the 2x, 1x is outside, 1x is still here, minus 3 times what will give me 6 is 2, and 1x came out. The 6 doesn't have any more x, so that's my answer. It is 3x minus 2. Now let's see question number 3 then. Question number 3, we are given a right angle triangle, and whenever we get a right angle triangle, we can use the kung fu expression. Okay, you know that, right? Sukatua is the kung fu expression. Sukatua. Now, out of these 3, this is sine equals to opposite over hype, cos is equals to adjacent over hype, and tan is equals to opposite over adjacent. Now, first of all, what is opposite, what is adjacent, and what is hype, and all of this. Okay, now first of all, hype is the largest side, and it is always the side which is opposite to the 90-degree angle. This is my hype. Okay, and then the angle either which is given or the angle which we are looking for, the opposite side of the angle is the opposite side. Okay, and then the remaining one is the adjacent. So which ones do we know? We know the hype and we know the adjacent, and we don't know the opposite. Okay, so we will use the formula which has hype and adjacent, which is cos. Okay, so I will write the formula then. Is cos x is equals to adjacent over hype. Okay, adjacent is my 2 centimeter over 5 centimeter, and now this cos goes on the other hand side, and it will become a cos inverse. Okay, so it will be cos inverse 2 over 5, which will be 66.42, and we have to correct our answers for angles to 1 decimal place, so it will be 66.4 to 1 decimal place. Okay, just to look more professional. Okay, then question number 4, an oops, where did it go? Here it is. Question number 4, an equilateral triangle has sides of length 6.2 centimeters. Equilateral means all 3 sides will be 6.2 centimeter, and they have corrected it to the nearest millimeter. Okay, so if you know that the difference between centimeter and millimeter is of 10. Okay, so this is my millimeter, okay, because if I were to convert it into millimeter, I will multiply it with 10 and this will be my nearest millimeter. So this is where they have corrected to already, okay. So what do we have to find is complete the statement about the perimeter p centimeter of the triangle. What could be the smallest possible perimeter and what could be the largest possible perimeter? Now first we have to find the lower bound and the upper bound of the 6.2 centimeter, and it was 6.2 and they have corrected till here. Whatever they have corrected to the right, we add a 0. Under the 0 we add a 5, we fill the gaps with zeros, okay, and then we add and subtract. We add to get the upper bound, which will be 6.25, and we subtract to get the lower bound, which will be 6.15. 6.15. So this was so this could be the highest possible length and this could be the lowest possible length. So if the triangle had this length, and then we had to find the parameters, which would be 6 plus 6.25 plus 6.25 plus 6.25, then what would be the answer? So it is in other words, I'm saying 6.25 times 3 would give me 18.75. That would be the highest possible. And what about the lowest? It would be 6.15 times 3, and it will be 6.15 times 3, it will be 18.45. okay, 18.45. Last question for this video is question number 5. We have to factorize and we are given a quadratic, okay, and how do we do this? Is very simple actually. First of all, we have to find, there will be two numbers for which we will be looking for, okay. The first one will be the product. Which number is the product? It's, you multiply these two and you get product should be positive or negative. It will be okay, it will be a negative 6, okay. And then this is the sum which we are looking for, and we want the sum to be negative 5, okay. So the two numbers that could give us 6 can be 1 times 6 give us 6, or it could be 2 times 3 is 6, isn't it? Both of them will give me 6 if I multiply, okay, but I want negative 6, okay. And because the sum here is in negative, it means the larger number has to be negative. If the sum was positive here, then it means the larger number had to be positive. So either this is negative or this is negative, okay. 1 times minus 6 is minus 6, but one positive 1 minus 6 will give us minus 5 as well, okay. So we will get the 2. What about here? 2 times minus 6 is 2 times minus 3 is minus 6, but 2 minus 3 will give us minus 1, which is not we are looking for. We were looking for minus 5 when it comes to the sum. So the two numbers we found are 2x squared. We are basically splitting this minus 5, okay. So the two numbers we got is 2x squared minus 6x, okay, and we got the other one was positive 1x, and then the rest is exactly the same, which is minus 3. So we have just splitted this one here, okay. We have just splitted this one here. Now we have to make groups, okay. So what is common again? So here the 2 is common because both can be divided by 2, and then x is common, at least both of them have 1x, and now what should I multiply here to get 2x squared? Is just 1x, and then what should I multiply here to get back 6x? I should multiply it by 3 because 6 only one here, he had only 1x here, which is out. And what about this side then? It will be 1 again, x, nothing is common, okay. So, and how to check your answer is that the common here and the common here should be the same. If these two are not same, it means you have made some mistake, okay. So our final answer will be x minus 3 and 2x plus 1. This is the remaining one. We write it together, okay. We write this together. So this is my final answer, okay. X minus 3 and 2x plus 1.